Hello! So I led this class on Saturday in Bend. Oh, and it should be Monday now if you're seeing this. And it is a nice seated flow for the most part. A lot of band work with the arms. And yeah, it's short and it's subtle, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, hi Mel. Welcome. Alright, you guys, let's go ahead and start in a nice little child's pose. So bringing your toes together in the back and then taking a seat on your heels, and then just start walking your hands out all the way, stretching them out. Maybe coming up onto your fingertips if you want a little extra. And bringing your forehead to the floor and just breathing. Let's go ahead and just walk our hands to the right side as much as you can, keeping your left glute on your left heel. Really stretching out the left side of the body. And breathe. Beautiful. And walking your hands slowly back to the center. Take your time. And slowly walking your hands to the left side, making sure your right glute stays on that right heel. Stretching out the right side of the body. And breathe. Beautiful. And slowly walking your hands back to center. Stretch out your arms forward even more. Really sit your hips back on your heels. Nice. And we're going to slowly walk our hands up, and then we're just going to come into a tabletop position. So coming up into a tabletop, bringing your knees hip width apart. And from here we're going to go into a classic. So left hand in the center of the mat, right hand comes up with an inhale to the ceiling. And we really want to make sure that we're feeling like we're being pulled from the ceiling, not dumping any weight in that left hand. Get that twist. And on your next exhale, send the right hand through the hole, bringing your right shoulder, right ear onto the ground. Left hand can either go up overhead, or it can go behind the body, or it can stay by the face. It doesn't matter. Whichever you choose. And bringing your left hand back down by your face, pressing the ground away, coming up with an inhale, bringing the right hand back up to the ceiling, and exhale that hand down. Same thing on the other side. So right hand in the center of the mat, left hand comes up with a big inhale. Imagine someone's pulling you from that ceiling again. And twist. And exhale, send the left hand through the hole. Right shoulder, or left ear, left shoulder on the ground. Right hand comes up, or behind the body, or by the face, whatever you chose last time. And breathe. Really allow your ribcage to expand and contract as you breathe in and out through the nose. And when you're ready, bringing that right hand back by the face, pressing the ground away, bringing your left hand up to the ceiling one more time. Get that twist, and releasing it back down on the mat. From here, we're going to go into a puppy press, or puppy pose. So we're just going to walk your hands out, keep your hips where they are, but bring your nose to the ground. Really stretching out your upper body, your thoracic spine. Getting a little bit of range of motion in those shoulders. Maybe if this is easy for you, you can try to bring your chin to the ground. Make sure you're breathing. just gonna do a couple of cat-cows. So remember, it's always hips, spine, chin. It should always be in that wave motion every single time. So first, tuck your hips, press the ground away with your spine, and then tuck your chin. And then inhale, hips rotate, spine sinks through, but press the ground away, and then chin looks up. Inhale. Exhale, hips, spine, chin, like a wave. Inhale, hips, spine, chin, looking up. Couple more. Exhale, hips, spine, chin. Inhale, hips, spine, chin. Let's do one more of each. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, press the ground away, tuck your chin. Inhale, last time, like a wave. And beautiful. Go ahead and bring the tops of your feet onto the mat and just sit back with your knees together. So you can see me, we're sitting like this. And from here, we're gonna grab our bands. So make sure you have your strap around you. Hopefully you guys can see me okay. And then we're just gonna play with our length here. So we're gonna do a test run. Take it up overhead. Try to keep your arms straight as you take it all the way back. And forward. And if that seems really easy, shorten up your distance a little bit and try again. See if you can come forward without bending your elbows. If it seems really hard and you locked up a little bit and you couldn't move past a certain point, go a little further. Let me find my holes. There they are. Go a little further, all the way back, and all the way forward. Whatever feels good to you. We're just warming it up right now. And breathe. And remember, if you're sitting on your heels and it's uncomfortable, always put a towel under your ankles to give you a little bit more room. I will do a video soon about modifications for seating, which will be fun. And breathe a couple more times, back and forth. Let's do one more back and forward. So going back, and last time, forward. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring the left hand to the ground, and we're going to bring the right hand around, keeping that band taut or tight, however you want to say, and then look up, and then bring it around. And you can even get crazy with it and go down low, and then plant your right hand, left hand comes around, and look up. And same on the other side. You can get dramatic or not, it doesn't matter. I always love getting dramatic with yoga. Just breathe, one side then the other, really opening up that pec. Getting that range of motion of the arm that is up. Looking up, adding in a little bit of a twist. Keep breathing, keep moving. Close your eyes. Strap yoga is my favorite, to close your eyes and just get into it. Let's do one more on either side. One and one. Beautiful. And release. Nice. Go ahead and put your strap down. We might take it later, so don't put it too far away. And then we're just going to go ahead and grab our elbows, or our shoulders. You're going to bring your elbows together and then make the biggest circles you can possibly make. Trying to exaggerate, again, be dramatic with your circles all the way around. Just in one direction for now. And breathe. And really closing your chest and opening it up. Making those large circles. And next time your elbows touch, go in the other direction. and shake them out, relaxing your arms. And then we're just going to come off of our ankles for a second. So bring your hands out in front of you, and you can kind of be on your knees as you do small little circles with your ankles. And breathe. Maybe getting some ankle pops. And then we're going to do the opposite of what we did with our ankles. So we're going to tuck our toes under and make sure every single toe is there. So maybe you have to move your pinky toe to make sure it's really tucked under. And then while you're here, just allow your knees to barely slide forward. Really feeling an opening in the bottom of the foot. And breathe here for a second. Just kind of find stability in it. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale our arms up, interlace your fingers, and then press your palms to the ceiling. And then exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, press your palms in front of you. And then inhale, arching your spine, looking up, trying to get your arms behind your ears. And exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. We'll do one more of each. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. And slowly release your hands, bringing them in front of you. And then bringing your toes up and letting some blood flow come back to them. Maybe making little grabbing motions with your toes. Putting life back into them, maybe making circles again. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bring our feet to the sides of us, and we're going to take a seat with our hips on the ground, and then bring your legs out in front of you. So from here, we are going to take the left leg, and we're going to put it closer to our hips, and make sure that you interiorly rotate. Yes, I have to make sure every time. Interiorly rotate your foot so your big pinky, or your pinky toe, the top of it is on the mat. And then grab your right foot, just put it in front. And then same thing, you want to make sure that your pinky toe, the top of it, is on the mat as well. So your feet are kind of looking up to the ceiling. And just allow your hips to fall down. And if they're up here, that's okay. Just try to release them down as much as you can. And breathe, allowing your hips to fall open. And from here, we're going to inhale the arms up. And then we're going to exhale, right hand down, left hand shoots up to the ceiling. And just get a little lean over to the right side while you're breathing. And exhale as you releasing it. Big inhale all the way up again. Left hand comes down, right hand goes up and over. And breathe. Beautiful. And release. We'll do one more on either side. Inhale, arms up. Bring the right hand down, left hand up, 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 and over. And release. Last time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up, and over. And release. Beautiful. From here, hands on your knees. Try to make your spine as straight as possible. And then hinge at your hips. Maybe even guide yourself with your hands to see how far forward you can fold. And wherever you stop, you stop. And that's great. Just keep breathing. Maybe folding a little bit more if you can. And breathe. And slowly releasing, walking your hands back up to the top. switch our feet. So right foot comes closer, making sure the top of the pinky toe is still on the mat, and then left foot is in front. And maybe it feels different than the other side. Totally normal. Maybe it feels better. Who knows? Just sit in it for a second, making sure the tops of your feet are still looking up to the ceiling, and breathe. And from here we can just do some neck movements. So shrug your shoulders up to your ears and then release them down and back. So inhale, shrug them up. Exhale, down and back. Let's do one more. Inhale, shrug them up. Exhale, down and back. Now we're going to take our hands and interlace your fingers behind you if you can. Otherwise, you can just hold your hands or maybe hold each elbow, whichever bind you choose. Interlacing your fingers if you like, making sure your chest is proud. And then we're just going to allow the right ear to fall towards the right shoulder. And it's nothing crazy. You're not trying to get your shoulder to your ear. You're just letting it hang. And go ahead and start saying yes a couple times, nodding your head, breathing, feeling that pull. Nice. Just close your eyes. Just noticing what you feel. And when you're ready, coming up to the center, making your chest proud again, and then allow your left ear to fall towards your left shoulder. Stretching out the right side. Saying yes. Moving slowly. Breathe. Ooh. I don't know about you, but I feel a pull. And then when you're ready, you can start adding in a full circle. So tuck your chin, going to the other side, maybe going the other direction. Just play with it. Whatever feels good to you. You can do the full circle, you can do half circles. Just keeping your posture and not forcing anything. Just letting your head kind of hang wherever it goes. Closing your eyes, still breathing. And wherever you are, just do one more full motion. And coming up to the top and release your hands. Beautiful. From here, we're just going to come forward onto our knees, or actually before we do that, we need to fold forward in this position first. So make sure you have that good posture, hands on the knees. And just like last time, you can use your hands to start folding. Maybe this side has more range of motion in it, maybe it has less. You can bring your forearms to the ground, leading with your chest, trying to keep both of your sit bones onto the ground while you're folding forward. Breathe. And slowly start to walk your hands back up to that seating tall position. From here, now we're going to rock forward onto our knees. And so notice your hands out in front of you, and then just kind of uncross your legs and then bring your knees together. Now in a tabletop position. From here, we're going to actually take a seat onto our heels again. And so the tops of the foot on the mat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to keep our right hand on the ground. We're going to do a dancing camel, which I love. So I called it that. I don't know if anyone else calls it that. But right hand stays with you on the ground. Left hand swoops around, kind of like what we did earlier, but without a strap. But you bring your hips up a little bit and then go to the other side. Sit down, coming around, bring your hips up a little, just as much as your body allows. Right hand comes down, left hand swoops up, bring your hips up. Maybe you go up on your fingertips. Just move. You can come way down and way up, whatever your hips allow. If you feel like you can't get past a certain point, come up onto your fingertips, or maybe even coming off the ground a little bit if that feels okay for you. It totally depends on what your body allows. Bring your hips up and then circle around, hips up and circle around. Breathe. Circling around. I always go up on my fingertips. Let's do one more on either side. Circle around, hips up, and one more time. And releasing back down, sitting on your heels. Nice. Okay, from here we're just gonna walk our hands out. So spread your knees a little bit, walking your hands out back into our child's pose. So forehead on the mat, breathing. And when you're ready, spread your fingers nice and wide, coming on up into a tabletop. Bring your knees hip width apart, tuck your toes under a little bit, and then just hover your knees off the ground. Perfect. And then we're going to press our hips back over our ankles, and then slowly start to straighten your legs into a downward dog. And we're not going to be doing a ton of downward dogs or anything today. Just kind of stretching out your calves a little bit, pressing one heel down to the ground and the other. Remember, the goal is not straight legs, the goal is a straight spine. So if your legs are straight but your spine is rounded, bend your knees, shoot your hips up to the ceiling, straightening out your spine. Breathe, spread your fingers nice and wide. And when you're ready, we're going to shift forward into a plank position and then back into a downward dog. We'll do that 2 more times. Shift forward into a plank and then back into downward dog. One more. Shift forward, plank, and back into a downward dog. This time, you're going to take your feet with you. So, we're in that downward dog, and then we're going to take the right foot on the outside of the right hand. So kind of into a lunge, but also a lizard. Breathe. And then press back into our downward dog. And then when we shift forward into that plank, left foot to the left hand. Into that little lunge. And breathe. And press back. We'll do one more on either side. Downward dog. Right foot outside of right hand. Breathing. And back into downward dog. Left foot on the outside of left hand. And breathe. And press back into our downward dog. From here we're going to go through a vinyasa, so shift forward into a plank. Either drop down to your knees or stay on your toes, lower down, chaturanga. And either upward facing dog or low cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. then just go ahead, find your knees back down and sit your hips on top of your heels back into our child's pose. Just got a little bit of blood flow in the legs after sitting on them for a little while. Breathe in your child's pose. And when you're ready, walking your hands up one at a time. And then we're going to end off with a little bit of wrist action. So go ahead, let's find a seat on our glutes. I'm just going to face you so you can see me. So find a seat on your glutes any way that's comfortable. You can have crisscross. You can have your legs out in front of you if you like. It's totally up to you. Sitting on our glutes here, we're going to stretch our arms out on either side of us. Really point your fingertips away from you. Imagining someone's pulling you from either direction. And then we're going to flex at our wrists, pointing our fingers to the ground, using our flexors. And then we're going to rotate our fingertips up to the ceiling, still using our flexors. And then we're going to flip our hands, trying to get our fingertips to the ground, this time using our extensors. And rotate. Fingertips up to the ceiling using those extensors. And flip. Flexors. Rotate. Still flexors. And flip. Extensors. And rotate. Still extensors. Imagine you're pushing two walls away from you. And flip. And rotate. Do a couple more. Flip. Rotate and breathe. Flip. Rotate. One more. Flip. And rotate. Beautiful. Woo, shake them out. Nice. And let's go ahead, dropping your hands out in front of you. And then we're just going to do a little bit of finger push-ups. So you're going, let's see if you can see me better. So hands are in front of you. They can be on your lap. If your legs are out in front of you, it doesn't matter. We're just going to bring our palms off the ground, but keep your fingers where they are. We're just doing some finger push-ups. Down and up, and you can wiggle from each side. Just playing with how your fingers feel. Breathe. Nice. And let's do one more. And release. Go ahead and interlace your fingers, making small circles with your wrists. And releasing, and then interlace your fingers with the opposite hand on top, and then do circles the other direction. And if you don't know what the other direction is, it'll be the direction that's harder, because we usually choose the easier one first. Making those small circles, and then shake them out. Go ahead and grab your strap. We're going to end off doing what we did earlier. So grabbing your strap, we're going to take it all the way back. Straight arms, all the way forward. Straight arms again. And maybe play with it. Maybe see if you can go a little shorter than what you've done before. Straight arms forward. Straight arms to the front. Close your eyes, keep your chest proud, breathe in and out through your nose, crisscross. If your legs were straight already, we're just shaking them out. And then scoot forward so you have enough space behind you. And then just fall down onto your back, hugging your knees in. Nice and tight. And from here, just release your hands out to a T position. And then allow both knees to fall to the right side, looking left. Breathe. And using your core to bring your knees up in front of you, and then dropping your knees to the left side, looking over the right. Still breathing. Beautiful. Allow your rib cage to fully expand and contract. And using your core to bring your knees back up in front, hugging them again nice and tight. And then grabbing the outside of your feet, bringing your feet to the ceiling into a little happy baby. Another classic. And then either allowing your feet to go straight out or bringing them together, doesn't matter. I like to have them together into a butterfly and going down into Shavasana. And if being in a butterfly hurts your knees, your hips, anything, just straighten out your legs into a corpse pose. Just taking a breath here for a second, closing your eyes. Allow your hands to open up towards the ceiling. Don't force them open. Just allow them to do whatever comes natural. And just take a couple of big breaths in and out through the nose, noticing what your body does, whether your rib cage expands, whether your tummy goes up and down, whether your chest is the one going up and down. Just noticing. And just breathing here. And just noticing how your body feels. Maybe your upper body feels a little bit looser. Maybe you're aware of spots that are tight. Start by releasing the spot in between your eyebrows. And then release your jaw. And then just allow the rest of the body to fall heavy with each other, just all together with the same exhale. Feel like you're sinking into the ground a little bit more. And just telling yourself, thank you for everything. Thanking your body for showing up for you every day. Even though in this time we feel like we're losing a lot of control. If you're here today and you showed up for this practice, with your eyes closed, pressing the ground away, coming up into a comfortable seated position. And just make your chest nice and proud with your eyes closed. And then just bring your hands together to heart center. And really exaggerate making your chest proud, almost arching your back. Kind of protruding this attitude of, we got this. Excitement, happiness, confidence. Just make your chest proud, almost looking up and smiling. Just being thankful and knowing that every little thing counts. And yes, we might be in some really weird times right now and feeling out of control in a lot of ways, but just remembering that you were able to practice yoga today. And a lot of people don't have that ability, so just being thankful for that. Being thankful that you were able to show up and practice. And knowing that every time you do, you're taking control a little bit more over the things that you can, like your body. So inhale gratitude and exhale the gratitude out into the world. Namaste. Okay. Thank you guys for coming. Yeah, sometimes I get lost in the practice. Hopefully you enjoyed a nice, easy, subtle flow, and we will see you next Saturday for, if anyone has any suggestions or any, what's the word? If you have any requests for yoga next Saturday, please let me know, and we'll see you later.